to get back to that question about liquidating and pulling profits out with a gain, here's my situation. I have a ledger and a Trezor, and then I've got my Gemini account where I buy and sell crypto. If I do want to, but it's in my name, it's in my personal name. Now I have a trust already, another trust. But if I wanted to sell and put the proceeds into the trust, can I do that? Or do
Absolutely.
I have to just change my Gemini account name to the name of my trust?
I don't believe you can. It wouldn't hurt, right? But once money's, how do I say this, Jesus? Make sure I say this right. I don't want to give you wrong information. Let me think about this for a second. So we are transferring ownership of our personal assets into the trust. When we liquidate an asset and there's a gain, right?
Right.
We want the gain to be established in the trust and then pull out what we need. So do we need to change the name on our accounts to reflect our trust or our LLC or whatever mechanism or a structure that we're going to use in order not to have a tax liability on the realized gain?
That's the question.
That's a real good question. That's a real good question. Let me think about this for a second.
You could get back to me another time if you don't know offhand.
We need to get back to everybody on that because
Okay.
we want to make sure that we do this correctly. But yeah, we got to talk, man. Share some of your trading strategies with me, bro.
Yeah, thanks.
I'll give you some of mine. Right? And we all could be wealthy together. And we could come by at the lake house. Nobody want to live in the lake house? It's just me? Okay, all right, cool. Me and Corey. Corey, I'm going to build my house right next to yours, bro. All right. So, Miss Carol Thomas, I saw a video yesterday and you opened the door. Take a quick break. Erico, there's somebody at the door? Can you?
Yeah, it's not working. I can't get in.
All right. Y'all give me a second, okay? Okay. Miss Carolyn, tell us about the boulevard again. So where's the boulevard on this?
Yes, sir.
So you're saying that there's a reevaluation coming to that as well?
Yes, the 1 million, the 100 million, and the 500. With the 500, the note is, one of the notes color is purple. It's a 2020. You have to get the right year. So the 1 million is 2020. If you look real closely, you'll see a year under the amount there. And it says 2020.
Mm-hmm.
For the 100 million, it must be 2021.
Now, why is there coming a reevaluation? I know the answer, but I want you to say. Because they go into a digital currency as well.
Oh, that's right. Yes, sir.
Okay, and so they have to remove liquidity from the market by taking these bills off the market, but we're not just going to give us their bills. They got to pay us for our bills, right? Now, regarding the Iraqi dinar, once the RV happens, you're able to, Sharon Johnson, this is your arena. You could talk about this. Speak up. You're muffled.
Oh, you can't hear me? I'm sorry. You said once the RV happens.
What do we do?
I don't know. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Yeah, once the RV happens, you do have to go in to exchange it in one of the five top tier banks, which is your Chase, your JP Morgan.
JP Morgan Chase. And what else?
Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Citibank.
Those are the big five.
The big five.
Yeah.
They have wealth managers, so having a relationship with them is helpful, and you can actually start that relationship now. But I wouldn't tell them about the dinar yet, because some of them believe and some of them don't believe. A lot of people do. But having a relationship with a wealth manager and putting it and having them help to diversify your money, not just sitting in the account, because you want to make sure that it's an asset, gold and silver, buying more SRP, things like that. Definitely just don't want it just sitting in the bank. It can disappear.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what you need to do, make sure you get the top dollar for it. And yes, 380 is around what we've been hearing, but in some cases they're saying that maybe it would get more.
So why you on your headset?
Yeah, I am. Is it bad? Sorry.
Horrible.
Is it better?
A lot better. So you were about to say that you've been hearing.
I've been hearing around 380. Yes, that was what it was before it got devalued. But they're saying in some cases you may be able to get more. So you definitely
As much
have
as
to try.
Yeah, a special rate
even like
up to $12.
$12.
Okay. Now, do you see how significant this will change a person's life for minimal cost? And from the coffee to coin thing, the whole idea was to look at your discretionary spending and see where you can pull or reallocate funds for the sake of building some kind of investment back. We know not all of us don't have 10, 20, 30, 40,000, $50,000 to go make a move, but we over time, right? Over time, we can accumulate enough funds that can change our lives so we can be a blessing, right? And this is the thing. We know our family members are not paying attention, right? How many of y'all know that? You know they think we crazy, right?
Me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
They think we crazy, right? So let me tell you what I started doing. Me and Erica went out to dinner one day, and we sat down. We wrote out a list of people that we are going to create trusts for, because we know they're not listening. We know they're not paying attention. And because we love our family, we're trying to make sure that they don't completely miss the opportunity to have generational wealth, right? Now, once I put your money in your trust, right, you know what's going to happen? The number that you have called is no longer in service. You can't call me and ask me for no more money. Jamila, you know I'm serious, right?
You doing irrevocables for them too?
I'm setting the whole thing up. This is what y'all getting. I'm done. Me and Erica sipping mocktails on the beach in some island. I don't know where. I don't know for how long. Right? But we know we know that they're not paying attention, and because we love our family and we are good stewards, a good steward leaves inheritances. Right? So we're going to try to position them to benefit from what God is blessing us to accrue. Y'all understand? Do we have any questions? Any other questions?
I really wanted to say I like what you're saying, because even though, and the young lady that was speaking earlier, even though we may have some family members that aren't doing the right thing, when you don't give them complete and full access to it, because you could set up time. So they might need it for this, so they might need it the first of every month for their rent. You could start doing some things so that they don't just have access to a bankroll because they wouldn't know how to handle it.
Let me give y'all an example. You remember George Floyd's family? They got $50 million, right? They back on public assistance.
No.
No way.
No way.
Didn't he just pass?
$50 million?
Oh no.
That is heartbreaking, right? And this is why we have to know. And let me tell you how we know that God is a good father. When I was California dreaming, talking about I'm gonna buy a house in the hills of San Diego, a $2 million house, and I'm gonna live up there and I'm gonna live my life and I'm gonna do this, God would not allow me to have the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to even approach or broach what we're talking about today. When I was trying to find the Treasury direct accounts years ago, I couldn't find access. I couldn't find nothing about it. The minute that I made God my focus and not money, he started to reveal all these things to me. Why? Because God knows that some of us, if we get some dollars, right, we gonna make videos, big pin, spending G's. Y'all gonna try to buy out Louis Vuitton and Gucci, right? Right? Y'all gonna do some stuff that just don't make no sense because people do it all the time. But we're not doing it for that. We're doing it to insulate us, our family members, from what's coming. And number two, to be a blessing to those who are not in a position that we're in. That's why we're doing this. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you can't go buy your forever house. I'm not saying you can't go get that G-Wagon, Carolyn Thomas and Erica Richards. I'm not saying none of that. You can do those things as long as the things don't have you. Right? Let's tell the truth. We ain't even got nothing and the things have us. As long as the things don't have us, we will be all right. Once we understand the source of the wisdom to be able to handle, right? Listen, go get a financial planner. I may not need one, but you may need one, right? So that we don't trick off this money and then we be having fish fries and GoFundMes, right? So your mind has to change on the way that you do things, or you're going to trick off this money. Y'all understand? I know none of y'all ain't going to do that, but I'm just saying.
Yeah. Amen.
Okay. Any other questions? April, you want to jump in here?